EDH Deck Building. I am your host, Demo, and these are 10 shockingly popular commanders. So I made a video a while back about commanders that are shockingly unpopular. Commanders that just don't get any love. I was really surprised. You know, I just look through on EDH Rec at all the commanders all the time. I don't know. It's a hobby of mine, I guess. And I'm really surprised at some of the turnouts for some of these commanders, whether it be how unpopular they are or how popular they are. And so I decided to throw a few together that are really popular. And I'm not sure why. I'm not saying any of these commanders are bad. They certainly are good, but they are way more popular than I thought they would be. I'll give an honorable mention with Miram Sentinel Worm, which is currently the most popular commander from the new set, Battle for Baldur's Gate. I didn't even mention this on my top commanders from the set because I thought it was just okay. I mean, it's an expensive commander, right? 6 mana, and so you got to get your commander out before you can even get going with the whole token copy thing. You know, when you look at expensive commanders, for me, they fall into 2 categories. And if you compare this to Merkle, Lord of Bones, which was the top pick for me from the set, cost even more, cost 7, but Merkle for me is a setup commander where I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff first, then I'm going to slam my commander down and start going to town, whereas with Miram, you don't really got anything going on until your Miram hits the table. So 6 mana before you can really get going with the copy effect, I didn't think was great. Also, I thought Rico of the Two Reflections was just better, right? Rico only costs 5, can copy both creatures and instants and sorceries, so a lot more going on there. You're not limited with just dragons. Also, if you're doing dragon tribal, there's so many great dragon tribal commanders out there as well. Just really surprised that this is the most popular one from the set. By far, by the way, it already has over 2,000 decks on EDH Rec, so did not see that coming at all. Getting to the list though, coming in at number 10, Kyler Sigardian Emissary. 3 green and a white human cleric 2/2. Whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Kyler Sigardian Emissary. Other humans you control get +1/+1 for each counter on Kyler. So again, this is one I didn't mention at all on my channel because I just didn't think anyone was going to go after it. I thought it was sort of boring human tribal. +1/+1 counters in green and white colors is done a lot. Has over 2,300 decks currently on EDH Rec. It is currently the 5th most popular Selesnya commander in the entire format. I didn't see this coming at all. Again, I'm not trying to poo-poo on any of these commanders. If you guys like them, that's great. Maybe you can tell them why they're so great. For me, I'm looking at these and going, it doesn't look like a commander that people are going to want to go after, right? Because at the end of the day, this commander is just, I'm making a bunch of big creatures and probably attacking my opponents with it, right? So seems a little on the vanilla boring side to me. I did not think this was going to be as popular it is, not at all. Coming in at number 9, Gallia, Kindler of Hope. This one was from the Forgotten Realms commander set, 1 green, a white, and a blue elf knight 4/4. With vigilance, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast an aura or equipment spell from the top of your library. When you cast an equipment spell this way, it gains. When this equipment enters the battlefield, attach it to a creature you control. So again, another one that I didn't mention. I thought, you know, Bant or an equipment, that's okay, I guess. People really like playing off the top of their libraries, though. It is good card advantage, especially if you can manipulate the top card of your library. But man, this is the 4th most popular Bant commander already. Over 3,500 decks. It is more popular than Derevi. It is more popular than Rune of the Hidden Realm. Classic, powerful commanders in the format. This is really surprising. I mean, I definitely did not think this one would be as popular as it is, especially given the versatility of those other commanders, right? I will mention, though, this is a precon, and a lot of the commanders that I am mentioning in this list today are going to be precons. I'm sure people will mention that in the comments of these commanders are probably more popular because they're precons. Certainly that does come into consideration, but you got to go out and buy the precon, right? Something is making people run out and buy this precon and use this commander. To me, it doesn't seem like one that will really attract people to go out and buy. I don't know. That's just me. Obviously, that's not the case here at all, right? Because it's now the 4th most popular Bant commander in the entire format. Coming in at number 8, Sephris of the Hidden Ways from the same set. White, blue, and a black human wizard 2/3. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, venture into the dungeon. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever you complete a dungeon, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So again, this one is way more popular than I thought thought it would be. And I didn't think this was going to be very popular because it's doing the dungeon mechanic. And if you look at all the other dungeon commanders from the set, they're not popular at all, as I correctly predicted, except for this one. This one is incredibly popular. 3,600 decks already on EDHREC. Again, it's the 4th most popular commander in Esper colors, more popular than Amanatu, more popular than Verena. Really surprising how popular this one is. And I think the reason why is because people really don't care about the dungeon mechanic here so much. It also has the "this ability triggers only once each turn" phrase, which everyone seems to dislike. However, it's really easy to do that. Like I've talked about in my Denic deck so many times, being able to trigger something on every single turn is really easy to do. And whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, there's a lot of different ways to do that, right? You can just have your creatures die, you can discard it, you can even mill yourself. And I think people are building around this commander not because they want to be doing the dungeon mechanic as much as they want to be returning a creature card from their graveyard to the battlefield. And of course, it's very easy to get through that dungeon quickly. And if you're in that discard theme, you can very easily discard a giant creature into your graveyard that then you can reanimate fairly easily as well. So again, I guess for me, I looked at this and thought, well, it's a dungeon commander. I don't think it's going to be very popular for that reason, but I think people are building around this more for the recursion effect than they are for the dungeon effect. Really surprising how popular this commander is. Coming in at number 7, and again, another precon, and I know that's going to be a reoccurring theme here, Shirokai Genesis Engine. And this is the one I mentioned on my channel. It was one of the best commanders from the set, I thought. 2 white and a blue vehicle, 8/8. Pay 1 and tap, draw 2 cards and discard a card. Create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token with this creature crews vehicles as though its power were 2 greater and has crew 8. And of course, Shirokai can be your commander even though it is not a legendary creature. This is currently the 2nd most popular Azorius commander in the entire format and is right on Brago's tail. I'm sure it will very quickly surpass Brago, who has been the most popular Azorius commander in the format forever. For as long as I've been playing Commander, Shirokai will soon usurp the throne. Shocking. I don't know if anyone saw this one coming. It currently has over 4,300 decks on EDHREC. Wow. This is a good commander, no doubt. I did not think it was going to be this popular. I thought the ability just drawing 2 cards and then looting, you're doing a discard theme. It's good card advantage where you're discarding, but you get to draw 2, so you're getting an extra card and then also getting the pilot token. You didn't have to do a vehicle theme here at all, I didn't think. Just the looting and the creating of tokens, you could really build around that. So there was a lot to build around here, but man, this guy is almost the most popular Azorius commander in the entire format. This set only came out a few months ago. That is surprising. I gotta say, that is really, really shocking how fast this guy skyrocketed up there. It is already the 53rd most popular commander in the entire format. And by the way, I am going in order of popularity. That's how this list is ordered. The more popular commanders are towards the top. I can't believe how popular this guy is already. Coming in at number 6, Lysa, Shroud of Dusk. 2 white, and a black angel 5/5. Rather than pay 2 for each previous time you've cast this spell from the command zone this game, pay 2 life that many times. Has flying and lifelink, and whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life. So the reason I didn't think this was going to be a very popular commander is because it has a very Staxy type of ability on it, right? Just making your opponents lose 2 life every time they cast a spell. That's the kind of stuff that people hate. So it kind of makes you a target. But nevertheless, that didn't seem to hold back anybody. This is, first of all, the most popular Orzhov commander. So the most popular commander in white and black has over 5,000 decks on EDHREC. But the more shocking part here is this is the most popular commander from Commander Legends, as I've already discussed. That is really surprising with all of the fantastic commanders from that set. There's no way, I don't think anybody would have guessed that this would have been the most popular commander from the set. That's really, really surprising. It is the 32nd most popular commander in the entire format right now. Wow, really, really popular. Over 5,000 decks. Once you get up to there, that's a commander that you're going to see very often. And especially because it's from Commander Legends, I thought for sure there would be other commanders that people would be going after, and the Staxy type of life drain ability there would sort of hold people back from going after it. That's not the case at all. This is a really, really popular commander. Coming in at number 5, Ishin 2 Heavens as 1. Red, a white, and a black human samurai 3/4. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Shocking how popular this guy is. Absolutely insane how fast this guy skyrocketed up the charts. Just came out in Neon Dynasty, right? Again, only a few months ago. Already has over 5,300 decks on EDHREC. It is the 28th most popular commander in the entire format. I had this guy, I think, at number 4 on my ranking. I thought it was a great commander. It is the most popular commander from the set, though. Did not see that one coming at all. There is a lot of interesting things you can do here. I just definitely didn't think this guy was going to be the most popular commander from the set, and I definitely didn't think he was going to be one of the most popular commanders in the entire format. I don't know if anybody did. This one's not even a Precon commander, so you can't even use that as an excuse here. This is just a commander that everybody seemed to be very interested in right out of the gate. Again, it's only been a few months, already the 28th most popular commander in the entire format. Coming in at number 4, and this one is a Precon commander, Anawan the Rune Thief, 2, a blue and a black vampire rogue, 2/4. Other rogues you control get +1/+1. Whenever one or more rogues you control deal combat damage to a player, that player mills a card for each 1 damage dealt to them. If that player mills at least 1 creature card this way, you draw a card. So this is a very good commander. Again, these are all very good commanders. I'm not at any way disparaging that these are good commanders. It is just the surprise for me of how popular these commanders really are. This one actually is a Precon commander, so that will play into this a little bit. This is the 20th most popular commander in the entire format. I don't think anybody saw that coming at all. Currently has over 5,700 decks on EDHREC. That is a whole lot. I mean, come on. Who, when they first saw this commander, thought it would be in the top 20 in the entire format? More popular than Yarok the Desecrated, more popular than Gishas Sun's Avatar, more popular than Niv Mizzet Perun. Those are really powerful, popular commanders. Anawan the Rune Thief is more popular than all of them. That is super surprising for me. Really shocking. I, again, was just looking through the list of the most popular commanders in the entire format, and I saw that where it was, and I was like, what, really? Holy cow. Top 20 in the entire format, guys. That is really, really popular. But an even more popular Dimir commander is Wilhelt the Rotcleaver, 2 blue and a black zombie warrior, 3/3. Whenever another zombie you control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed at the beginning of your end step. You may sacrifice a zombie if you do draw a card. So I correctly predicted that this would be the most popular zombie commander, and it certainly is by a mile. I didn't think this would be one of the most popular commanders in the entire format, though. It is number 10 in the entire format. Is the 10th most popular commander. That's crazy. You think about all the popular commanders that this is trumping, it is really, really surprising. More popular than Muldrotha, for example. Muldrotha was the most popular commander in the entire format for like an entire year. Wilhelt, which is just doing zombie tribal and not doing it in a particularly powerful way, is more popular than Muldrotha now. Wow, that's insane. Marin of Clan Nelthoth, which was the 2nd most popular commander in the format for like 3 years, more popular than that. Is anyone else not surprised by that? I sure am. Over 7,100 decks on EDHREC right now. That is crazy. I don't think anyone saw that one coming. One for sure that I did not see coming, and I've talked about this a bunch on my channel, coming in at number 2 is Prosper Tomebound, 2 black and a red Tiefling Warlock, 1/4 with Death Touch. At the beginning of your end step, exile the top card of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Whenever you play a card from exile, create a treasure token. I just thought this was a very ho-hum ability. I mean, you're doing impulse draw, which, you know, there's a lot of ways to do that already. Nothing interesting there. Whenever you play a card from exile, create a treasure token, I think is the big one. That allows you to sort of go off, as it were. This is the 8th most popular commander in the entire format. I did not see that coming. I don't think anyone saw it coming. Even the people out there that really love this commander, and I know there are a bunch of you, you probably didn't think this was going to be the 8th most popular commander in the entire format. I mean, come on. Again, it's only been out for about a year, not even. 8th in the entire format. It's got over 7,500 decks on EDHREC. That is a whole ton. There is a lot of people out there playing this guy, and they're loving him a lot. Again, I didn't even mention this guy in my top commanders from the set, so for me, this is really shocking. I mean, it's a Rakdos commander. That alone, you know, Rakdos is not a really popular color combination in the format, so that alone is kind of surprising that a Rakdos commander would be so high. It has more than double the decks on EDHREC than does Angie Falconwrath, which is the 2nd place Rakdos commander, which was the 1st place Rakdos commander for a long, long time. Prosper Tomebound absolutely demolished it. One of the most popular commanders in the entire format. Crazy to think about. But the most shocking for me is number 1, which is Lathril, Blade of Elves. 2, a black and a green elf noble 2/3. Has menace. When Lathril Blade of Elves deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens and tap 10 untapped elves you control. Each opponent loses 10 life and you gain 10 life. It's a great commander. Again, it's a precon, so a lot of people probably ran out and bought the precon. This is from Keldheim Commander. A lot of interesting things going on here, but did anybody think that Lathril Blade of Elves, first of all, would be the most popular Golgari commander, by a mile the most popular Golgari commander? That alone was kind of surprising for me, but this is the reason why I decided to make this video, because I was looking at the most popular commanders on EDH Rec recently, and Lathril Blade of Elves is the 4th most popular commander in the entire format. What? Like, huh? Anyone else surprised by that? It is more popular than Korvald and Edgar Markov. Who is surprised by that? I'm shocked that Lathril is that popular. The fact that it's a precon can only play into it so much, right? 8,500 decks on EDH Rec. 8,500. I can't believe how popular this commander is. I mean, it does have a very interesting ability. It certainly is not a really powerful one. Korvald and Edgar Markov both have way more powerful abilities than does Lathril Blade of Elves. Think about it. Korvald and Edgar Markov are 2 commanders that people have called for getting banned in the format, and Lathril Blade of Elves is more popular than them. That is shocking. People really, really like this commander. I guess this is a good thing for the format, right? Having a commander like Lathril Blade of Elves, which is not that powerful, I don't think, being more popular than some really, really busted commanders, I think is probably a good thing for the format. Maybe we're moving more in that direction where people want to play more fun, interesting commanders that aren't super powerful, and the really, really busted ones are sort of losing a little bit of popularity, probably because they're making you a target. Just saying, that is one of my dogmas when it comes to making commander decks in the format, is don't make yourself a target. So maybe people are leaning more towards that. And I don't think seeing Lathril Blade of Elves in the command zone is going to make you a target. I don't know. If I'm sitting down at a table and someone has a Lathril deck across from me, I'm not going to be that worried about it. So that is a big advantage for you. So a lot of people might be moving towards this commander for that reason. 4th most popular commander in the entire format. That's shocking for me. Anybody else surprised by that? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. But that is my list for the most shockingly popular commanders in the format. And that is it for today. Thanks for tuning in.